Senate Budget Committee, I'm the ranking member, the leader of the opposition on the committee. A couple of years ago, we had a representative of the Business Roundtable. Many of you don't know what that is. That is an organization of Wall Street executives and CEOs of the largest corporations in America. And we did a little bit of research about the CEOs of these large corporations. And what we found is that almost without exception, each of them had contracts which provided for millions of dollars in retirement benefits when they left the company. That's the way they do it. And yet, the representative from this Business Roundtable came before the committee and he said, "We want you to cut Social Security, cut Medicare, cut Medicaid, cut education, and give enormous tax breaks to millionaires and large corporations." Our job is to stand up to that culture of greed. No, President Trump, we are not going to give you and other billionaires hundreds of billions of dollars in tax breaks and then cut back on education, food stamps, or the needs of our children or the sick. Ain't gonna happen. Our job is to take on the money and interest. And the only way I know as to how we do that is by bringing millions of people into the political process with a newborn understanding that we have got to get involved, we have got to stand together, we have got to prevent the demagogues from trying to divide us up by our race, our gender, or our country of origin. And what that also means is we need to transform the Democratic Party. Democratic Party to working people and to young people.
Yeah!
We need to make the Democratic Party not just the party of the East Coast and the West Coast, but a party for all 50 states.
Yeah!
We have to create a Democratic Party which is a grassroots party where decisions are made from the bottom on up. But it's not just opening the doors, that is the first step. And that means by opening the doors, we want you to be running for school board, running for city council, running for state representative, running for the Congress.
What?
You know, when I talk to people all over the country and I say you should get involved in the political process, think about running for office, or think about supporting somebody else who's good, who's running for office. People say, well, you know, I just don't know enough about economics, I don't know enough about foreign policy. So let me calm your nerves. I am a member of the United States Senate. And if you think you don't know enough about the major issues facing our country, take a look at some of our colleagues.
Yeah. They know how to make money off of donors.
You don't need a PhD in economics to know that Mitch McConnell should be supporting legislation which makes sure that coal miners who are retired get the health care and the
Yeah. Absolutely.
We are working on legislation which would protect the pensions of some 90,000 coal miners who, if we do not act, will see those pensions savagely cut. Senator McConnell, work with us, protect the retirees who are coal miners.
Absolutely.
You don't need a PhD in economics to know that it is immoral and bad economics to support legislation that would throw hundreds of thousands of Kentuckians off of the health care that they have, would do serious damage to the economy here. You don't need a PhD to understand that it is bad economics and immoral. Donald Trump ran for president and he said, well, Kentucky, well, America, I'm a different type of Republican. I'm going to stand with the working class of this country. Good speech. Unfortunately, he wasn't telling the truth. You don't stand with the working people of this country by supporting health care legislation that throws 24 million people off of health insurance, raises premiums significantly for older workers, defunds Planned Parenthood, and cuts Medicaid by $800 billion. That is not standing with workers. You don't stand with workers when you propose massive increases in military spending and then you cut back on the needs of the elderly and the children. When you cut back and try to eliminate the Meals on Wheels program, after-school program for children. No, President Trump, you're not standing with workers when you give tax breaks to people who don't need them and cut back on programs that people do need. That's standing with the billionaire class.
Yep.
But as we go forward and bring more and more people into the political process, it is important that we have an agenda that speaks to the needs of working people. And there's one point I want to remind all of you about. Giving tax breaks to billionaires and cutting Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid education. That's the Trump-McConnell type agenda. That is an agenda supported by very few people. People support an agenda that works for them. They support an agenda which says that instead of having a $7.25 starvation minimum wage in Kentucky, we're going to raise the minimum wage nationally to $15. That instead of repealing the Affordable Care Act, what we are going to do from my Republican friends about family values.
Yeah.
I say I'm nice, learn about family values. So I say to my Republican colleagues, if you're really interested in family values, how about the United States joining virtually every other country on earth, including some of the poorest, in guaranteeing paid family and medical needs? It is not a family value when today a woman in Kentucky or a woman in Vermont gives birth to a beautiful baby, but has to go back to work in a week or two because she lacks the income to stay home and support her baby. That's not a family value. Separating a mother from a baby is not a family value. What a family value is guaranteed 12 weeks of paid medical.
Whoa, yeah. I like that. Even though I can't have no babies.
This is the wealthiest country in the history of the world. We should not have an infrastructure, roads, bridges, water systems, wastewater plants, airports, dams, and levees that are crumbling.
Tell me
We
about it.
can and must create millions of jobs, putting our people back to work, rebuilding that infrastructure. All of you know that we live in a highly competitive global economy. And all of you know that most of the good-paying jobs that are being created require post-high school education. 30 years ago, the United States led the